Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, everyone. I want to first thank Tommy Travels for rating me. That was so very sweet. And then also Nursing Our Travel Bug. Thank you so much for rating me also. Tonight, we do not have Nettie with us. We just have me. I'm sorry. Nettie's doing a lot of traveling, so we want her to rest up and be good to go with her traveling. With that being said, let me go ahead and go over here and welcome everyone that's in the chat so far. So far, we have MelNetteLivingFreeZipCodeless watching from the road. We have Victoria May, Life Unfiltered. We have, I'm probably going to say this wrong, but Shaw or Shay TV. Thank you for coming in. We have Timmy Ray the King. Hello, hello. Nomadic Hippie. Hello, stranger. It's good to see you. We have Char of Hearts. We have Ren CC Vlog. Hello, hello. We have Hitch Up in Tow. Thrifty Angela. I'm scrolling. Trying to make sure I don't miss anybody. All right. So before I get started, I want to give a disclaimer. I'm trying to get the wording right on this disclaimer, but we are going to be covering murder, and there is a definite twist in this story. These are real people, and with that being said, I mean no disrespect by covering this story and talking about it. I only mean to draw attention to the survivors, to the people to the victims who suffered. I think that they need a voice. So with that being said, that's why I do these stories, and I hope that everyone can understand that. And we're going to jump right on into it. It may go a little longer than usual because there are some twists and turns. Hello, Maggie. Hello, Roy and Becky's Travels. Thank you so much for coming in. All right, let's jump into this story. All right. So this is Steve and Katie Pladl. I'm not good with names. Y'all know that. So that's the best I can do with that name. We're gonna go on and continue here. This is their wedding. So, hey, Marco. All right, let's continue on. Before we attempt to explain the darkness that is Steven and Katie's relationship, we first must discuss Steven and Alyssa Garcia. Steven met Alyssa online in 1995 when he was 20 years old and Alyssa was 15 years old. Steven was from New York and flew out to be with Alyssa, who lived in Texas. Alyssa's parents did not like this, but felt helpless in stopping it. It's been a while since I made one of these, so I think I put too long of a break in between flipping to the next one, so I apologize. Let's see how long it takes to flip. Hey, Jeremy's Arc Vlogs, welcome. Let's jump forward a little bit. Such a touchy button. I have to be careful. Okay. Touchy button. Okay. No, stop that. All right. Just 2 years after Steven and Alyssa would give birth to a baby girl they named Denise. What in the world? let's see if it skips again on us. Just 2 years after Steven and Alyssa would give birth to a baby girl named Denise, Alyssa noticed Steven's disturbing behavior towards the baby. Alyssa reported that Steven would pinch little Denise, leaving bruises all over the infant. This mixed with how young and poor Alyssa was, she made the decision to give Denise up for adoption. At 8 months old, Denise was adopted by Anthony and Kelly Fusco. Denise was renamed Katie Fusco and relocated to the Fusco home in Dutchess County, New York. Might be a good thing that Steven I knew. Oh. Now this is Steven with baby Denise before Denise was adopted out. Now, if you caught it in the beginning, when Steven started dating Alyssa, the mother of baby Denise, he was 20 and Alyssa was 15. Despite all of this, Alyssa stayed with Steven, married him, and gave birth to another baby girl in 2007 and one more baby girl in 2012. Their eldest daughter during this time had gone through high school and was planning to attend college for a degree in digital advertising. Katie drew comic strips and has been quoted saying, "A life with no art is no life at all." After turning 18 in January 2016, Katie became curious about her biological parents and found them on Facebook. Let me run over here to the comments. Her cheeks shouldn't have been so sweet. Giving up a child must be so hard. Yes, yes. All right. So Denise was the baby's original name, and her name was changed to Katie, just so everyone knows, in case we didn't catch that. And now she wants to meet her biological parents, which must be hard because they had 2 other children, they stayed married, and they gave her up. So I can't imagine the feelings she must have been feeling then, but 'tis the way it was. Her biological parents were excited to hear from her and more than ready to reconnect with her. Katie moved in with her biological mother, father, and sisters in Henrico County, Virginia. Things between Alyssa and Steven had not been going very well prior to Katie moving in, though. In fact, Alyssa and Steven were already sleeping in separate beds. Sorry, next time I do this, guys, I'll put a shorter span on the cards. Alyssa warned Katie of the situation, including the fact that everyone was walking on eggshells around Steven. He would smash things in the home, yell, and overall just be in a nasty mood. Alyssa even explained to Katie that what Steven had done to Katie as a baby and how that led Alyssa putting Katie up for adoption. These things didn't seem to concern Katie. All right, so here we have pictured the mom, Alyssa, and the black shirt right next to the mom is Katie. And then these are the 2 younger sisters. All the sisters are 100% blood related, by the way. So let's keep going. Nettie said, "Oh no, that's not good. Separate beds." After Katie moved in, Steven completely changed. He began to wear skinny jeans, tight-fitting clothes, he shaved his facial hair, and he grew his hair out long. It was as if he was attempting to look younger. About 6 weeks into Katie staying with them, Steven began to sleep on the floor in Katie's room. When Alyssa confronted Steven about this, she was told it was none of her business, and Steven stormed out of the house with Katie. Katie was on the far right. Alyssa was on the far right. Katie was right next to her in the black t-shirt and blue jeans. Hey, Callie. There'll be more pictures coming up. And I'll show you again which one's Katie. Okay, so this is Katie on the left, and then that is Steven. Nomadic Hippie says, "I want to blow out my hair 80s style." Callie, hide skinny. Yeah, I think this was probably like the first day they met in person. And so they took some family photos. Alyssa moved out of the house in November 2016. She shared custody of her 2 younger daughters with Steven. Katie stayed with Steven. Alyssa had her suspicions about Katie and Steven's relationship, but had no idea how far/bad it had gotten. In May of 2017, Alyssa discovered her 11-year-old daughter's journal and became aware of the incestuous relationship between Katie and Steven. She also became aware that Katie was pregnant with Steven's baby. Oh, guys. Can you imagine? Can you imagine being anyone in that family? Now, these are the journals that made Alyssa become aware of everything. They're really hard to read. I'll try to read as much as I can. It says, "Katie is my big sis. I really something." Hold on. Let me try reading on this. "I really loved her when I want me in my head. Oh my God, she said my name." So the little girl was very excited just when her big sister would say her name. But now she's pregnant. My dad calls her baby his baby. Did he make her pregnant? My dad even says she is my stepmom. WTF. He doesn't even want me to call her sister anymore. Katie is my sister. She's probably his wife now. But in nature, she's only my sister. Does she see me as a daughter or a sister? This is a little kid's journal who's trying to figure out this situation that her father got into. I don't understand. You know what I mean? Hey, Jeremy's Arc Vlogs. I see you and Tommy Travels all the time. I've actually watched some of your vlogs, Jeremy's Arcs Vlogs. I watched one where you were trying to make baskets with paper into the trash cans at a restaurant. It was really cute, or really funny. All right, so this one, if it's hard to read, on the left page, she has dad written at the top and ha 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 everywhere, and then a frowny face, and it looks like devil ears on the character there. Tommy Travels, I will in just 1 second. And then on the second page, it says, "Stop it, Satan." And then she points to herself. And then she says, "Wait a second. If he is Satan and Katie is human, what does that make the baby?" Basically is what that sums up to. Okay, so I'm going to summarize real quick for Tommy Travels. Tommy, we are talking about a man named Steven. Steven's daughter's name is Katie. And then Katie's mom's name is Alyssa. And then there are 2 younger sisters. So it's one whole family. Okay. To sum this up, though, Steven, the father, has started a relationship with his oldest daughter, so far as to she is now pregnant. And these journals that we're reading are the journals of the younger sisters who are just trying to figure out what the heck is going on. Shakaton says, "Stop it, Satan. Sir Satan." Yeah. This is kind of crazy. All right. That's why I said this story has a major twist. So we're going to keep going. Come on to the next page here. It breaks my heart that this little girl's trying to figure out, oh, if dad's Satan and my sister's human, is the baby going to be Satan? I mean, that's so crazy. Oh my God, so confusing. From now on, let's keep it to a family of 2. All right, I'm waiting for my bigger screen to switch over to the next page so that I can read it. Okay, the next one says, "Dad is doing is breaking my damn heart. I am forever trapped in. Katie is pregnant. Dad says," I don't know what that says. And that says, "Did they set a," I don't know what that says either. "My dad is Satan." So I don't know what the rest of it says, but kind of crazy. Shakaton says, "Satan humor never works." Yes, Jeremy, we are talking about, well, not when the baby is to be born, I guess it will be. Yes. I just can't believe, I don't know. He was already 20 when he met his wife, who was 15. And then they had a baby together, and that baby is the one that he's doing this with now. So I don't know. Steven had even instructed his younger daughters to refer to Katie as their stepmom rather than their sister. Alyssa confronted Steven about the pregnancy, and his response simply was, "I thought you knew. We are in love." Alyssa then called the police to report it. Katie and Steven were questioned by the police, but no arrest was made. 2 months after his divorce from Alyssa was finalized, Steven married Katie in Parkton, Maryland on July 20th, 2017. No one said anything, as they lied on their application and said they were not related. He marries her. He marries her, guys. He marries his own daughter, who is pregnant with his baby. Oh, it's gonna get even worse when I show you the next picture. Well, for me, this was a shocker. So this is them on their wedding day, her pregnant. That's her dad. That's his daughter. Yep, dad, daughter. Wedding guest included Katie's adoptive parents, who at this point believed there was nothing they could do, so it was best to be supportive of Katie. Also in attendance was Steven's mother. Yes, Katie's biological grandmother attended her son's wedding to her granddaughter. Go ahead, stop and think about that. Steven's mom, which is the grandma of Katie, attended the wedding of her granddaughter marrying her son. What? They had moved to Nightingale, North Carolina. The happy times did not last long as they were both arrested. So what seemed like the police weren't doing anything, they were watching from behind. Like they were watching from a distance. What universe are all these people living in? I have no idea. It's crazy to me. Hi, a little bit crazy. Everybody's saying, what universe were they living in? I don't know. Okay, so here's the wedding picture. We have Steven, and on the left of Steven, we have his mother. And then in the black skinny little dress, we have Steven's daughter, who he just married. And on the side of Steven's daughter that he just married, on the side of Katie, is her adoptive parents who adopted her and swore to protect her. Just saying. Just saying. It's craziness. This is Katie with her newborn baby. Shaktan said, cozy family. Melnette said, they're all smiling, right? Like, how could you go to that wedding? So they were ultimately arrested. This is them and their mug shots. Now, what I found, it's too horrible for even jokes, right? Paranormal world. So what I found looking at this mug shots is look how much they look alike. It's not even like she came back into the picture and they look nothing alike. He hasn't known her for years and oops, he forgets that that's his daughter. No. They look exactly alike. Yeah, Victoria May. Yeah, that's the other twist to this as the ending. So everybody hang tight for the ending. So we're going to keep going. This whole story just blew me away. I couldn't believe that things like this are happening in this world. They were released on bond and ordered to have no contact with each other. Katie moved back with her adoptive parents. Steven's mother was granted temporary custody of baby Bennett. And Katie would visit Bennett every Tuesday and Thursday at her home in Waterbury, Connecticut. At this point, Katie decided to end the relationship with Steven, her father, and she called him to end the relationship. Sorry, how old is she? She's 18. She had just turned 18. Now, her mother, when her mother met Steven, her mother was 15 and Steven was 20. So he obviously likes them young. Yeah, I couldn't believe what I was reading when I was doing the research on this story. It was unreal. Steven did not take well to this. He then decided to kidnap baby Bennett from his mother's home. Then he took Bennett to his home and suffocated him, placed him in a closet, and left him there. He then left to stake out Katie's home. He waited outside until Katie and her adoptive father came out and got in their vehicles. Steven then followed them until they stopped at a stop sign. Steven shot Katie and then her adoptive father, killing them both before turning the gun on himself. Unreal, right? Steven's mother had called 911. She told the dispatcher that her son called her and said that he had killed the baby, that it was in her custody. He left the baby dead. He told me to call the police and I shouldn't go over there. His wife broke up with him yesterday over the phone. His wife, this is his mom, still calling Steven, still calling the granddaughter the wife. It's his daughter. It's his daughter. I'm sorry. This makes me angry. He left the baby dead. He told me to call the police and I shouldn't go over there. His daughter broke up with him yesterday over the phone. She's in New York and he told me he was on his way after bringing the baby to her, and then he was coming back. This guy had a knack of anticlimax. Tummy travels, holy cow. Nutty, crazy. If I was calling to report that my son had stole the baby and was after somebody, I would make sure they knew how crazy he was. He's after his wife, which is also his daughter. Please go help. Alyssa, which was his original wife and the mother of Katie, struggles to make sense of it all. I'm grieving. I'm sad. I'm upset. But I also want to have something good come out of this, even if that is to get the truth out there and to open people's eyes to incest. Alyssa has also said, I don't want to waste my thoughts on him at this point in time. I want him out of my head. I want him out of my life in every way possible. I thought this story would take a little bit longer, but I guess I read through it pretty fast. But I haven't really been able to read the comments, so we're going to discuss afterwards here. So Alyssa is the true hero in this. Her daughter, Katie, who got together with Steven, is Alyssa's daughter. And as old as she was, she couldn't force Katie to move with her when she moved. She couldn't force Katie to do anything because Katie was considered legally an adult. She did go to the police. She did tell the police what was going on. And then the police put into action the whole taking the baby away and all of that. But what all do you think could have happened? What more do you think could have happened in this situation so that it wouldn't have had such a tragic ending? It sounds like Katie breaking up with Steven was maybe her realizing how messed up this was, and maybe she wanted to live some kind of better life. I don't know. But yeah, what are your all thoughts on that? Let me go up here and see what a couple of your comments are. I'm going to scroll through these. Forgets that's his daughter. Yeah, right. Exactly. They look like kids, said Timmy Ray the King. You know, that's the strangest thing is the dad was so old, but the mom said he was shaving his face and dressing in younger clothes so that he kind of looked more Katie's age. And I guess it worked. But yeah, she was just the baby, 18. Nettie said she looks like a baby. Shakatan says, this doesn't include a happy ending? No, no happy ending. Game over. Waterbury, Connecticut, yes. Where is Jerry Springer when you need him? You know, a lot of that Jerry Springer stuff I thought was fake. I didn't think it was real. But actually that stuff is real. They call people and recruit people to come on that show. Nettie said crazy. Tommy said, holy cow. Pretty crazy. What a story. Wow. Strange story. So sad. Oh, you're talking to... Okay. His family must have been a little loopy too, especially the grandmother. Well, I did read somewhere, hey, Nursing Our Travel Bug, thank you so much for the raid. I appreciate it. I did read somewhere that Alyssa, the mother, not Steven's mother, but Alyssa, Katie's mother, biological mother, she said that placing the baby with Steven's mother was the worst mistake because Steven had control over everybody in his life. He was abusive to everyone in his life. So even if his mother had said, no, you can't take the baby, he would have beat his mother and then taken the baby. It was a well-known fact that she wasn't going to tell him no. So why the baby was placed with her, Alyssa said she didn't understand. And my question is, why wasn't the baby placed with Katie and her adoptive parents? Again, though, her adoptive parents were at the wedding. So Shakadan has a very good point. Imagine how many families like this fly under the radar that's not even talked about. Oracles and Beyond said, can you do the Daybell case sometime? Victoria May said sick. The Daybell case. I have followed the Daybell case. I have watched some interviews with the Daybell wife. I've watched interviews with her best friend, the one who told the police a lot of things, but also in the media was getting so much hate. I watched the interview with her, and I was still taken aback, in all honesty. I don't know how well I could report on that story without losing my marbles with how mad I am about that. Because as many people as there were reporting the Daybell kids missing, why wasn't there something done to protect them a little bit sooner? And look, I'm on the outside looking in. I can say that, and maybe there was a bunch done to try to protect them, but it's just such a heartbreaking case. It really, really is. I will think about doing the Daybell case. Definitely think about it. Oracles and Beyond said, I know, same here. Running out to pick up Natasha's nephew, so driving and lurking. Nursing Our Travel Bug, if you didn't get to catch this story from the beginning, it might be worth And I'm not just saying this because like I want watch hours or anything like that. This story is absolutely crazy. So if you didn't get to see it from the beginning, you might want to like one night just maybe watch it from the beginning. It's crazy, the twists and turns and the things that were allowed to happen. It's really crazy. Thrifty Angela says, was the adoption a closed adoption? Do you know how he found his daughter? Okay, so no, it was not a closed adoption. The adoptive parents knew who her biological parents were. They were open and honest and told her she was adopted, told her who her adoptive parents were when she got older and started wanting to find them. And then Katie went on Facebook and found her adoptive parents. And then she was supposed to be going to college. She was very, very smart. She was supposed to be going to college. And then she dropped it on her adoptive parents. Hey, I'm not going to go to college right now. I'm going to take a little break and I'm going to go meet my biological parents and stay with them for a little bit. So that's how she found them, was through Facebook. And she was helped, you know. I don't know. Also, I don't know why Alyssa, who was already having problems with Steven. Okay, now let's go back to the beginning. Alyssa and Steven. Alyssa was 15. Steven was 20 when they got together. I think 2 years later, she was pregnant with Katie. And she noticed bruises and all kinds of stuff, and they didn't have money to be able to afford Katie. So they put baby Katie up for adoption. Her name was originally Denise. They changed it to Katie. I'm just simplifying. But they put Katie up for adoption, right? Now, me personally, if I saw a man abusing my child, there's no way I would stay with that man, especially if the abuse was so bad that I felt like putting my baby up for adoption was better than keeping my baby. I would not be staying with that man. But alas, she stayed with him and had 2 more children with him. And then by the time Katie comes back around and wants to interact and meet her family, I know that must have been exciting for Alyssa to have her oldest daughter want to interact and meet them. But if her and Steven were already sleeping in separate beds and things were not okay at home, why pick then to allow Katie to come and spend time? Like that part, I think Alyssa really kind of messed up on, but maybe she didn't. I mean, I wouldn't assume that the father of my child would do what he did. So I don't know. It's just a lot to think about, right? Thrifty Angela said, wow, we can only imagine what her life would have been like if she had never found them. Correct. She was a really amazing cartoonist. She drew really well with cartoons, and she was supposed to be going to school for digital art, I think. I hope a lot of lessons were learned. Yeah, I hope the people that were involved and are still here have learned a thing or two through it. Thrifty Angela. Yeah, I would have never stayed with him either. Yeah, it just doesn't make sense. It's mind-boggling. Oh, and then Nettie put up the emoji. But yeah, it's mind-boggling to think all of this happened and there's things that could have stopped it. Also, the police. I know that Katie was an adult. Get it. Fine, she's an adult. But when Alyssa went to the police and was like, hey, he's sleeping with his daughter, like he should have been arrested right then. Like right then. Whether she was pregnant, not pregnant, doesn't matter. I mean, she was pregnant when the police found out. So they should have arrested him. He should have never got out on bail. And maybe she would have had a chance to get away without all of this other stuff happening. I don't know. seems like there's a bunch of different turns that could have happened besides what ended up happening. But I definitely felt like this was a twist, turn, a story worth telling, remembering the baby that was lost, and this young girl who was just starting life. I mean, she was just starting her life. So Hitchup and Toe said, it's like a film, not real life. Very, very true. Very, very true. So with that being said, if anybody has any ideas for any stories you would like to hear, I know Oracles and Beyond put the Daybell story, so I may start working on that. That's going to be a long one if I work on that, and I'm going to be pretty ticked off while telling that one because there's so many deaths, twists, turns. It's crazy in that one. But if you have any ideas for ones that you want told, go ahead and put them in the comment section below. And with that said, I'm going to show you something really cool. So I went and saw Miss MelNetteLivingFreeZipCodeless last night and our epic RV adventure. I was so excited to get to meet with them, and we got to spend time with them. And Nettie gave me this, which is so beautiful, and it is sitting right here on my desk. And then I got their new sticker, which my light is kind of blowing out right now. I'm so, so excited. I also think I have a shirt, but it's in the other room. And I have pictures over on Instagram. So if you're not following me over there, go check out the pictures on Instagram of our epic RV adventure, MelNetteLivingFreeZipCodeless, and me and the elusive bulldog. Tommy Travel says, what's weird to think about is that this stuff was common and accepted back in the days of the royal family and keeping royal lineage. That is so very true. Yes. And maybe that's something to do a story on too, is to kind of talk about how that worked. The royal lineage stuff. Nettie said, Day's Great Adventure. They're going to have a premiere at 6:30. There is a link in the chat, I believe. Yep. So you can click that link and head over and watch their premiere at 6:30. And then K&R Destination is going to be on at 7 o'clock. You got to go tell them what has made you smile today. And then let me check Boxman sometimes she comes on and sometimes she doesn't. So I do not see a live lined up yet for Boxman. So Victoria May says, cool sticker. Hope there is one in the traveling journal. Does anyone know where the traveling journal is? I do not know where it is. Nomadic Hippie. He says it was definitely easier to get lucky being part of the old royal family. Thrifty Angela is going to go get dinner and said, great show. Well, thank you, Thrifty Angela. Also, anyone that saw my little short on the hair tool, this is second day hair, everyone. Just saying, second day hair with no product in it. So highly recommend the bedhead waver tool. Felix, the Happy Place Camping hat, I think. Oh, okay. So Felix has it from Happy Place Camping last that Mel Nettie knew Victoria May. So thank you, Nettie. All right. With that being said, wishing you all much kindness and much love. Bye for now. I'm sorry. Tommy says he's using it now. And it's fabulous. Oh, Tommy Ravels, I just love you. Wishing you all much kindness and much love. Bye for now.